If you're a guy going to the gym, odds are you're going because you want to increase your physical attractiveness and be able to attract women. And recently, people on the internet will tell you things, no, don't do it for women, do it for yourself, king, be in your Sigma male grind set and all that. And personally, I do disagree with that, because every action we humans do is driven by two main motives. Either A, you want to increase your chances of survival, or B, you want to increase your chances of being able to attract a mate. And being gym directly does both by making you physically stronger, as well as making you more physically attractive. So in this video, I'm going to cover the top 5 muscle groups you should be training if your goal is to increase your physical attractiveness. So firstly, we have neck. I want you to look at these pictures side by side. Now both these pictures are the exact same person, left and right, and the only difference is that their neck has been edited to look smaller. And you can tell that this one change has made them look like they're very skinny even when they're not, and also kind of reduce the definition of their facial features. And training the neck is important because it's the only muscle that is visible 24/7, meaning no matter what you're wearing, a baggy t-shirt, a hoodie, whatever, it's always going to be visible, something that everyone's going to see, which is why it's important to put a lot of focus on it. And you can see this with my pictures as well. This is me before I started training neck. As you can tell, I don't look that big, my facial features don't look that good. This is me now. My face didn't actually change that much. It's just because my neck is wider, it amplified the facial features that I already had and helped to massively give me a facial attraction boost. And the beauty of neck training as well, because it's a muscle that almost never gets trained, you're able to see results fairly quickly within 3 to 4 weeks, because it's a muscle that's never been touched before. So now how do you train neck? The best exercise for neck is neck curls. Now to do this, what you need is a soft surface. It can be a hoodie, jumper, towel, etc., as well as a weighted plate. Usually go with 5 kg or higher is my recommended starting weights. And to do it, you put the soft surface on your head, put the plate above it, and curl your head upwards and downwards, and make sure all the movement comes from the neck, and don't just move your whole body up and down or use other muscle to support, because this will, all that would do is cause muscle ache in your upper back and not actually train neck. So make sure you only move your neck joint at all times. And the second variation requires some investment. You need a neck mask exerciser, and it usually costs around 10 to 15 pounds. You can get them from Amazon, eBay, or any sort of major retailer. And I'm telling you, this is such a good investment for me. I've found that my neck began to grow at a much faster rate with this, able to do it with a much larger range of motion. That was the #1 big difference that having that mask made. And other exercises you can do are reverse neck curls, where it's the exact same, but you just sort of reverse it. Instead of going up, you put the towel on your head, then put the plate, and then you move down. That trains your forward neck, that area right here, instead of the back. But the back of your neck, this part, is what really matters when it comes to trying to get that width from the neck area. And secondly, we have your upper lats. Now these are important for a similar reason to why training neck is important. When someone looks at you for the first time, the first thing they would notice is your face, your eyes, then it's your neck, then your upper lats, upper chest, pecs, so on and so forth, until they go all the way down. So training these upper muscles are important because they're the ones that give off that first impression whenever you meet someone for the first time. And having upper lats also really helps to give yourself a much wider frame. And the best exercise for the lats would be shrugs using the lat bar. And notice with the lat bar, because you have a wider grip in comparison to the dumbbell variation, you're able to get a much better muscle contraction. And if you do it while tensing your biceps and triceps so you don't bend your elbows, and when you go up, holding it for 2 seconds, then letting go, then up, hold 2 seconds, let go. This really allows you to feel that burn, and thus the muscles build at a much faster rate than other variations of this exercise, in my opinion. But that's not to say that the dumbbell version is bad either. It's still a very good exercise and does put a lot of emphasis on the forearms as well, because usually with lats you'll be holding a lot of heavy weights for a good amount of time. And you can also do it by an incline using a bench, and this allows you to target a different part of your upper lats, activate muscle fibers to really maximize the amount of growth you can get in the shortest amount of time possible. And then we have the upper chest, and this one is extra important if you're planning to go to the beach this summer, because training that muscle is really what helps to give your pecs that square, defined look and makes that chest line a lot more visible. Plus, training your upper chest really allows that part right there, like the thing between your chest and your neck, I don't know what the exact name for it is, to become a lot more defined, a lot more visible, which really helps to bump up your physical attractiveness when it comes to wearing unbuttoned t-shirts, wearing unbuttoned polos, or just being topless on the beach. And to train the upper chest, the first exercise you should be doing is incline dumbbell press. This really gives you a much better contraction than the barbell version because I have a lot more range of motion. As well as when you do it, make sure that the bench is not too high. It should only be an inch higher than a flat bench. When you go too high, at that point it becomes pretty much a shoulder workout, not a chest workout. So it's important to be at that right adjustment level. And if you don't have access to gym equipment, you can always do incline push-ups, which are also phenomenal for training that part of your chest. And fourthly, we have abs. Now, I'm not going to explain why abs are important for physical attractiveness and for looks maxing. That should be so obvious. But I do want to address the misconception that I've heard online. I've had people say that, oh, abs are more of an old school bodybuilding thing. They're not as desirable now as they were back then. And if you heard that, get it out of your head. It's absolutely not true at all. I have no idea how it caught on. My guess is some random dude was coping and said it online. Then other dudes who were coping were like, yeah, I don't need to train abs and get shredded. I can have a dot bottom, be fat and be attractive. It just sounds so stupid when you say it out loud. So yeah, abs are important for attractiveness. If you hear otherwise, then get out of your head. And the most important part of your ab that you should train is the lower core. That's because your lower core is the least developed, because we do things like squats and bench press and deadlifts. It automatically uses your upper and mid core for stability, but your lower core rarely gets used. Plus, most of the fat you get is actually stored in your lower core. And the best way to train your lower abs is by doing exercises like hanging leg raises. And you can do this at different levels. You can do it in easy, intermediate, or an advanced version with your legs all the way out or your knees a bit bent. You can do in and out, which is where you have your legs out, hold for a second, bring back, hold for a second, back up, and repeat. And this really helps to not only target the lower core, but targets your mid and upper core as well. And the only thing I would add beside these two exercises is side raises for the obliques. That really helps to give your abs a more symmetrical look and give them that nice caged feeling while having a V-taper at the bottom, which really helps to complement the rest of your physique. And lastly, we have arms. Now, for this one, it was really hard to choose between arms and shoulders because training shoulders really help to give you that wide, masculine looking frame. But I went with arms because your arms are composed of your biceps, triceps, and forearms. And your forearms are a muscle that is always visible. Like you wear a t-shirt, you're wearing a button-up shirt, you can roll up your sleeves, etc. And having veiny forearms really does make you look massive, even if you're not that wide. Stretch has to go with that muscle. And to train your forearms, the two best exercises are wrist curls, where you go all the way out and then you hold, and then you bring it back up, hold for a second and repeat, and reverse wrist curls. And this really helps to feel the contraction, make sure you hold, you squeeze, and focus on form. And when you do it, don't rock your whole body. This is a mistake I do a lot when the weight gets really tense. Now, if you have any questions about form or when you want more detail, feel free to put a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to assist you with anything you have in your mind. If you find value in this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing and it really helps me out. If you like some private coaching or any custom plans or custom programs, feel free to email me in the first email in the description. Thanks so much for your time and attention. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.